So are the bulldozers being targeted as one community, as was alleged in the courts? Is this instant justice or is this an illegal crackdown? Colin Gonsalves, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, is with us. Siddharth Yadav is BJP spokesperson from Haryana, is with us. Appreciate both of you joining us. Colin Gonsalves, is this instant justice if these are the areas from where stones were thrown, according to the police in Haryana? Why should the government of Haryana or the local authorities not act against the residents there who are involved in illegal activities, is the charge being made?
I think, Rajdeep, the way you put the question itself has the answer. Let us suppose people standing on a building throw stones. Does it mean that a government-sponsored bulldozer action is permissible to destroy building after building after building? In law, there's a principle called proportionateness. You throw stones and therefore you break buildings of people one after the other. And I tell you, Rajdeep, this is only happening because our judiciary has failed us in these kind of cases. And our judiciary has become very insensitive when it comes to housing for poor people.
No, the Punjab and Haryana High Court moved yesterday and put a stay on all these demolitions.
No, you're right. It's so surprising and so fresh. I was so stunned when the Punjab and Haryana High Court said, this is ethnic cleansing. It's sharp language, strong language. This is how the judiciary should be. But this is only happening in Haryana because when it happened in UP, our judges remained totally unconcerned with the plight of people and their housing situation and so on. So the Punjab and Haryana has done something extraordinary, and I applaud those judges, not only for stopping the demolition boldly, they did it suo motu without anybody approaching them, and they used the word ethnic cleansing. This bulldozing is directed against a community, a minority community, and it's only because the minority community exists and the politics of the ruling party is against the minority community that the bulldozers are set out. I applaud the Punjab and Haryana High Court for their incredible stand, even in the face of the Supreme Court generally showing very little interest in matters relating to demolitions in UP. UP got away with it completely.
Can I just stop you for a moment? Siddharth Yadav, respond. These are words that were used by the Punjab and Haryana High Court saying you cannot just go in and bulldoze houses without adequate notice. It's not enough to say that this is where the riots took place, we are bulldozing houses. That's not the law of the country. Is there a recognition that what happened in Haryana, the demolition, was illegal, or is it simply to widen the divide, to show to the Hindu voters, देखो मैंने मुसलमानों के घर demolish कर दिए, उन्होंने वहां आतंक फैला दिया? Is that the reason? Is this to stir some kind of a Hindu-Muslim divide on the ground? Where is the rule of law?
Absolutely not, Rajdeep. And whatever is happening according to the rule of law. The governments are responsible that no illegal occupation happens. There's no encroachment of government land by any, be it by mafias or by any individual of the country. And the government is taking action on the same. The High Court has observed on something on the procedural issues, and we have respected the High Court's observations, and we have stayed the demolitions for now. But we are very committed that we will take back every piece of land which is illegally encroached.
No, but did it require a riot to wake up to this? Let's assume that there were illegal encroachments that need to be removed. Did it require a riot for that to happen? Even if there's an illegal encroachment, there needs to be some kind of a process that is followed. You can't go overnight and just remove houses. The point is, there must be a process. India, as of now, follows a due process of law, and governments must also follow it, Siddharth.
Yes, absolutely. India always follows the process of law.
No, it doesn't.
And it is for the courts. It is for the courts to decide, Rajdeep, not for you and me, not on a television.
No, the courts decided yesterday. The courts suo motu decided that law was not being followed.
It did not. Rajdeep, it did not. It did not. Court has observed. The next hearing is on 11th. Court has observed for now. The matter is going to go on. We have seen earlier cases also. The UP bulldozer case also came up in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court observed that we cannot put an omnibus ban on demolitions. The Supreme Court said this. Our High Court has an opinion. The case will go on. In this also, there's a due process of law. So we can't just be jumping the gun. But when it comes down to the question that you asked me, that is it only against, is it, you meant to ask that, is it a vendetta by the government? It's absolutely not. Okay. You must understand, I'll reverse your question. If the government gets to know there are illegal occupations there, should the government keep quiet? Should the government should not move ahead removing encroachment on government land?
Yeah, but the point is that did it require a terrible riot in Nu for that to happen? And the other question, Siddharth, therefore, is that now we've got a Gurugram. The reason I asked is now we've got a Mahapanchayat in Gurugram, which is calling for an economic and social boycott of Muslims. Today, Kapil Sibal has raised this before the Chief Justice. He's going to look at it. But effectively, it seems Haryana is going to the polls next year. The BJP wants to feed on a Hindu-Muslim divide. Should politicians accept a Mahapanchayat calling for a social boycott, economic boycott of Muslims? Do you approve of it?
Rajdeep, these are two very different issues. Government's action is very different. Mahapanchayat discussing something is very different. We must not mix them. What the government is doing is absolutely as per the law. If there is any encroachment on government land, on public roads or any place, it is the duty, the government is duty bound to remove any such occupation. And we have been doing so in all the states. Thousands of crores of our property is illegally occupied, illegally encroached by mafias. Should the government not be taking action on that? The same is happening in Haryana.
But this has been happening in Nu. The illegal encroachments in Nu have existed for years. That time the administration didn't do anything. It wakes up only when there is a riot. Same thing happened in Uttar Pradesh.
No, you are free to say this, but this is not the case. Regular demolition drives happen everywhere. Especially after a riot, if the government is inquiring into something, because this is not just a chain, it did not begin from a riot. The link that you are trying to draw, that after riot such thing has happened, I think the link should be drawn that after the investigation by Haryana police over cyber crimes in Mewat happened, more than 5,000 policemen went there, nabbed a lot of people involved in cyber crimes. After that, the riots have happened. We have seen a lot of people accused in those cases also rioting there. And the demolitions are following. So if the government gets to know that there are certain entities, certain places where such criminal activities are going on, and the government is taking action upon those, it's absolutely by the law. And the government is duty bound to do it.
Can I give Colin Gonzalez a final word? Colin Gonzalez, there'll be a perception out there. Viewers also watching, look, they saw the riots. They will believe that these are people, according to authorities, there are Rohingyas who are illegal immigrants who are living in Nu. Their houses have to go. What's wrong if the government believes illegal encroachments have to go?
Because Rajdeep, this whole thing of Rohingyas, let's take that for first of all. We must know that the Rohingyas are protected under Article 21, the right to life, which protects not only Indians, it protects everyone within the territory. And these are asylum seekers. These are refugees. They have the UNHCR, United Nations High Commission for Refugees.
If they are involved in illegal activities?
Now, very good question. This was raised by the earlier Law Minister Rijuju repeatedly on television. And in that television debate, I reminded him that there is not a single case in the country reported of Rohingyas engaging in serious crimes. A small fight here and a small fight there. And I can remind you when Rijuju said about Jammu and Kashmir, that there are anti-national Rohingyas who are engaging in anti-national activities. The Director General Police of Jammu and Kashmir made a statement on television that we have checked all the areas where the Rohingyas stay, and there is not a single Rohingya terrorist in the country. And then Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee made a statement that we can confirm that the DGP statement is correct. There is not a single Rohingya terrorist in the country.
So what you are saying...
It's all empty talk.
Okay, you're saying this is empty talk. This is designed to discriminate and target a particular community. I wish, Siddharth, we had longer time on it. We'll keep this debate going. We are going to look at what the Supreme Court does. This is a critical issue. Can you use a bulldozer as justice, as instant justice, or must you follow the rule of law? To my mind, it seems very simple and follow the rule of law. Think about it. If you're in a middle-class colony and a home was to be destroyed, you'd be up and about. When it happens in Nu, you don't seem to be as concerned. That's my big beef at the moment. But I appreciate both my guests joining me on the news today.